Welcome to sunny Daytona International Speedway, qualifying underway for tonight's race. The Trevor Project doubleheader second race tonight in the Arc Music Xfinity Series, presented by our friend Mr. Travis Martin, the Ghost Man. So he's headed out on track while we're featuring him heading out on track. We'll have to get him updated decals. He's still running Fort Worth. Silly man. Also on track, Thomas Dill, Michael Deach, Carson Batesole, Zach Marterson, Jake Lawrence, Matt Benke, Gallon Downey, Justin Sipes, Bradley Wilson, Cody Brown, Casey Graves, Ashton Tackwell, Ian Montrose, Will Asherbetter, Damon Nagel, Daniel Wallen, Trenton Steed, Cody Cleaver, John Neckrich. There's a ton of people on track. So many. That's about 2/3 of them. We just blitzed through. All these drivers trying to be in the top 38. So once the times start to come in, we'll set the ticker to run a split, and you can see down to the bottom who's in and who's out. Watching Beyond 11 bring the 98 to the stripe, start her lap. It's like Travis Martin on the backstretch. Trying to see who might put down the first time.
Looks like a lot of drivers forgetting that first lap and running the top, trying to get the best run they can for that second lap.
Like a lot of lap number 2 planners out there. Cars are blinking in and out. Oh my gosh. Justin Sipes, Matt Benke. I'm starting to trickle in now. First lap's coming in. Matt Benke, one of the quicker of the first laps. So far the best, really. You quickly have over 20 cars now with the lap time down, so we'll go ahead and hit the splits here. And you can keep track of where your favorite driver is, even if they're outside of the top 20. Number 38 get the race. Just like real Xfinity, 38 cars make tonight's race. Matt Benke's second lap is slower for the 35. He'll remain standing on that 50.680 lap, which was his first lap. Garrett Wolfenbarger in the 32 jumps up to the pole position in the Shenandoah Shine Chevrolet. Teammate Brantley Bryant in the Toyota goes second. Travis Martin currently third, and Brad Wilson, another Shenandoah Shine car. They got it figured out. He goes to the top of the charts in that number 51 Ford Mustang. So 3 different manufacturers, but all in the top 3. The Trenton Steed breaks up the party in the 81. He goes second quick in that Treon Technology Chevrolet. New paint scheme for him this season. Beautiful looking race car. Beyond 11 in this Dale Jr. Amp Energy Chevy clocks in that 5th spot. And then Andrew Beach jumps up to 2nd. Cody Cleaver now goes to 5th. Hard to imagine all these Dale Jr. paint schemes at Daytona. Huge fan base that he has. There's Cliff Mullins. New colors for him this season. Not in the familiar green and black. He's got some pink and teal going on. I'm a big fan of it. AC Racing Graphics Chevrolet clocks in 7th spot. Travis Martin now 9th. Casey Graves 10th. Cody Brown 11th. Dave Hoytsma 12th. And Trevor Trago on the pit lane clocks in 13th. Carson Batesole 14th. Look down at the qualifying times. We got 35 in right now. Wyatt Gray setting a lap time as we speak. Top 31, 32 now have run both laps. Kenny Frisbee, Corey Deal, Talon Smith, Wyatt Gray, they're all on lap number 2. Keep an eye on where the tail end of this field clocks in at.
Big names also yet to qualify: John Garrett, Michael Edwards, Blake Giglio, Jarrett Talmadge, and Lucas Hoytsma.
How'd you leave out Jabo?
Because he's not registered, or he's not in the session.
Well then, that's a good reason to leave him out.
Jabo manually disconnected and is yet to rejoin.
Well, no Jabo yet tonight. We have 39 cars now officially putting down a time. Right now on the outside looking in is Corey Deal, sitting in 39th.
Second lap. He jumps up quite a bit.
Corey Deal all the way up
makes
to 10th.
the show.
Now Quinn Newton sitting out. Dalton Hayes currently on the bubble. Blake Giglio on the outside looking in, but he still has a lap to go.
Quinn Newton into turn 3 on his flying lap.
Currently finished in near the bubble is going to be Kenneth Stout, 37th.
I don't know if that .7 is gonna be good enough. It's gonna be close. Here comes Quinn Newton to the line.
Dalton Hayes
Is
as
it good
well.
enough? Good enough to make the show? Yes, Quinn Newton into the show.
Quinn goes to 20th. Dalton Hayes goes all the way to 7th. That knocks out Kenneth Stout. He will not race tonight. Jarrett Talmadge trying to get into the field.
Here comes Blake Giglio out of turn number 4.
See what kind of time Blake can put down. If he can time his way in, it would knock out Michael Deach.
And he does indeed. Goes
Blake
all the way to second quick.
jump way up to second. Talon on the pole.
That puts Scott Elston, I believe, on the bubble.
Talmadge across the line. See if he can time his way in, and does. Scott Elston gets knocked out of the field. Now on the bubble, it's going to be Matt Banky with Daniel Llewellyn out there on his qualifying lap. Can Daniel knock out Zach Margison? Across the line. Llewellyn slowest at a 50.74. Daniel Llewellyn will not make the field tonight. Mike Edwards heading out there to try and knock Margison out of the field. Got his Fort Worth Screen Mustang up to speed. Lucas Hoisman now rolling out there as well to make things interesting at the last minute. Still registered and not out on track. You mentioned Botello disconnected. John Garrett not out on track yet. Mike Edwards first lap, as expected, down in the 43rd spot. Obviously it takes 2 laps to get these things wound up.
John Garrett has just connected. This is going to be a problem.
He's going to have to do it on lap 1 and hope it's good enough.
He's going to.
Matt Banky did it on lap 1 and he's 37th. His first lap was his fastest and he's sitting 37th, so that's going to be scary.
And I'm guessing that time is just going to drop as Michael Edwards here is on his flying lap.
Between Margison and Deach, he has to beat a 6.84 to get into the field.
At the line, he does quite comfortably.
5.86, so he is in the show tonight. That puts him all the way up at 11.
Zachary Margison.
Margison out of the field.
Banky
Lucas
on the
Hoytsma
bubble with Hoytsma yet to qualify.
Out there getting that Sunny D Ford up to speed.
Lucas Hoytsma's first lap is going to be slower.
And he ran it up the hill. Throw away that first lap, get the engine wound up.
And indeed, Hoytsma's slowest of the qualifier so far, so if something goes wrong on this lap,
could be in trouble. Michael Deach, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Sorry you did not time into the field tonight. Unfortunate, but hope you had fun attempting to make the race as we watch Hoytsma. It's between Banky and Hoytsma.
John Garrett is out on the racetrack, and he's going to get 2 laps.
Is he?
He is. He's on the backstretch on lap 1. So Garrett is going to get 2 laps.
Hoytsma coming around the corner. Off turn number 4. Hoytsma needs to beat a 6.80 to get in. Kept the grass a little bit there.
And he goes 5.54, so Lucas Hoytsma safely in the show. And now it comes down to, will it be John Garrett? Or will it be Grant Harrell, I believe?
Yes, Grant Harrell on the bubble. John T. Garrett trying to time his way in on that 66 Fort Worth screen printing. Chevrolet Camaro on the backstretch. He's cutting it so close to this clock, but I think he's just going to get it.
Close.
Just going to have time. His first lap was a 6.95. Has to beat
pick up
the 6.80.
Just a couple of hundredths.
He's got to have
He's
that.
not going to make it.
It's running out quick. It's running out so quick.
He's not going to make it.
John Garrett not going to get to the line.
2,
It's going to run out in the restart zone. He's not going to get the lap in. Oh my gosh, that was so close. No. John Garrett not able to get his qualifying lap done in time, and that probably saved Grant Harrell's race. We'll give admins a little bit of time to knock out the bottom qualifiers that didn't make the top 38. So we get set and grid up the cars on track. Wow, that was very I don't know, edge of seat type stuff. How would you feel about that qualified session?
Oh man, you just gotta hate that for John Garrett. It looked like he had a lap that was gonna be good enough to put him in the show, and unfortunately the clock just ran out.
And Grant Harrell and Matt Benke literally tied, and the tiebreaker went to Grant Harrell. That is crazy. Matt, I think it's because he set the lap time first. That's, I think, the tiebreaker, isn't it? Hayden?
iRacing in the files does take it down to a fourth digit.
Oh, yeah, it does. You're right. I forgot about that because it does wins like that, too. All right. Wow. What a qualifying session.
We did have someone that just connected that's probably going to need disqualified as well.
Dang, who was late?
A Daryl something. Redford? Daryl Redford.
They might be a spotter because I don't see him in the official driver lineup.
Okay, maybe that's it then. Anyway. Yes, spotter for John Neckrich.
There you go. Yep.
38 drivers for 80 laps.
John, you missed it by about 10 feet. What'd you do? Have to take a pee? Sorry, John. That's crazy. We even gave you 5 extra minutes to qualify. All right, we're lining them up on field. Hayden, you want to help me run through the starting lineup?
Oh, God.
It's a big field.
All right, well, starting on pole in the number 50 Chevrolet is Talon Smith to his outside, the number 42 of Jarrett Talmadge.
Now Blake Giglio starting on row number 2 inside alongside teammate Lucas Hoisman in the Sunny D Ford.
Row number 3 is Brad Wilson and fan favorite Trenton Sneed.
And you have row number 4, you have Andrew Beach in the Cybertype Chevy and the 34 of Isaac Shelley.
After that, you have the 32 of Garrett Wolfenbarger and the 47 of Dalton Hayes.
Row number 6, Cody Cleaver in the 2 alongside should be Mike Edwards, but don't see him gridded up.
Mike Edwards has left it in the pit stall. Next row is the number 52 of Brantley Bryant, and beside him is the number 20 Toyota Supra with the wrong number on it, Wyatt.
It's the right number. He's number 20.
I see a 54. I'll refresh Trading Pants.
All right, we got Corey Deal, Cliff Mullins in the next row, and then Brianna Lavin, Travis Martin, Casey Graves, and Tyler Merritt rounding out the top 20.
21st, Cody Brown. 22nd, Dave Hoitzma. 23rd, Trevor Trago. And 24th, Quinn Newton.
25th, Ian Montrose. 26th, Carson Bechtel. Gatlin Downey, 27th, and Ashton Tackwell, 28th.
Rounding out your top 30 is the number 00 of Justin Sipes and the 68 of Jake Lawrence, who has also decided to start this race from the pit lane. 31st, Kenny Frisbee. 32nd, Mark Digman. 33rd, William Asherbrainer. 34th, John Neckrich. And 35th, Damon Nagel.
36th, Colin Teague, the highlighter, can't miss him. Thomas Dill, the 53, starts in 37th, and Grant Harrell makes it in on a tie virtually, but does go to the 4th spot in the iRacing files. Just edges out Matt Benke, and that is your 38 car starting lineup for tonight's Trevor Project doubleheader second leg as we take on Daytona in the Xfinity car for 80 laps and open up the season for Arc Music Xfinity Series. Hayden, tell me what you're excited about this season and this race.
Oh boy, we got a large Xfinity field. We got no more Hayden Law in the races to stink them up. Hoitzma, Giglio are going to be the favorites this season. Can anybody step up and bring the fight to them? We got 15 races to find out, and that Ford Mustang pace car is going to make the hard left turn and get our season started.
Here we go. Cars waiting for the initial green flag to drop, and here we are underway in the Arc Music Xfinity Series for season number 10. 2 by 2 they go.
Hoitzman, Giglio both with good pushes to that front row. Nobody with a clear advantage yet. We race off into turn number 1 for the first time.
Back through the field, see how things are sorting out. A lot of cars trying to give plenty of room back towards the back, so they're in no hurry to get up into the mix. The guys towards the front, they could be itching to go and make a little moves early. 80 laps is a relatively long race for a super speedway sim race, but a lot of these drivers, this is exactly what they signed up for.
Still no change out in front. The first 5, 6, 7 rows, all 2 by 2. Giglio shoving that 50 of Talon Smith out, now clear the outside lane.
Saw a couple cars dive out on the backstretch and head to the back of the pack, not wanting to be in the mix this early on. And up front,
Side by side at the line for the first time. Give the first lap of the Xfinity Series season to Talon Smith.
Talon, very formidable if you're not familiar with him on Super Speedway Racing, but normally we see him with 2 or 3 teammates. Right now, he does not have a lot of help.
Finally, those teammates are broken up as Jared Talmadge is going to inch ahead. He's going to get the run out of the top with push from Lucas Hoytsma. Not quite centered, but he is clear of that bottom lane.
Talmadge in the 42 breaks out to the lead for the push from Hoytsma. He's going to drop to the bottom, leave Hoytsma at the top. Hoytsma says thank you very much as he now has Trenton Steed and Isaac Shelley lined up behind him. They're going to try to take the top lane to the front. Need to get a little closer before they make some momentum, but I think it's going to work out for them.
Here that momentum comes from the 81 of Trenton Sneed. He's going to push Lucas Hoytsma to the front of the pack as we complete lap number 2. Give it to Jared Talmadge. I think Hoytsma wanted to go to the bottom with Talmadge going into turn 3. I just don't think he thought he was clear. And now Hoytsma leads the outside lane.
Hoytsma's in my favorite spot. When I'm running out there, I like to just stay right where he is because that outside feels like it can take the lead whenever it wants to. Just have to kind of bide your time, so I'll actually get up there and kind of coast and hang on to that spot because when you drop to the bottom, you're just inviting the outside lane to pass you too.
You are. That outside lane does seem to get a little extra momentum coming down off the banking, both out of turn number 2 and 4. But for right now, the first 4 rows all double file. Row 5 is kind of that way, and it's about row 6 where we finally start getting some cars single file.
Yeah, it's pretty far back there to get the single file. Really, they're not trying to be single file. They're just not caught quite up yet on that outside lane to fill that gap. There it is, Cliff Mullins filling that spot. So we're a double file really back through the top 20.
Still pretty much in lockstep for those first 4 rows. Andrew Beach, the first car on the bottom that's not quite tucked up. Hoytsma, Talmadge still on the front. Talon Smith pushing Talmadge. Trenton Sneed pushing Lucas Hoytsma.
We had Mike Edwards, Corey Deal, and Jake Lawrence make the race, but let's see if we can check in on them. Here they are. They all started in the pits. They are all by themselves, 36, 37, 38. They're making decent lap time. They're about 10 seconds behind the field, though.
Leaders last time by were a 47.6.
Hoytsman's going to get that lap.
That backpack is running comparable lap times to the leaders, so they're certainly just biding their time waiting for a caution here.
Early strategy being played by those 3 10 tenths team members new for this season. Mike Edwards has swapped over to Team 10 tenths. I think that's a good fit for him, really.
That really is a good fit for Michael Edwards. Hopefully he can start and stay in some races this season.
I have a car that's dropped out of the draft. Looks like the 38, Tyler Merritt. He has fallen out of that lead pack, so he is going to have to drop back to that second group and hope that they work with him.
Oh, Talmadge squirrely.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a... Maybe got a little push.
4.
I think he got a little push from Talon there.
Oh, we got contact. Trenton Sneed.
Trenton bounced right off his door. That's unusual. Trenton's usually a little better than that.
Usually pretty spatial aware.
Yeah, I'm trying to say it nicely, you know.
Hoytsma did drop down to the bottom. Maybe Trenton tried to follow him and just kind of lost track of where the 2 were and what Hoytsma's plan was. But here comes momentum from the outside lane. Trenton Sneed looking for the race lead on lap number 6.
Still got a ways to go. I think he's still outside the 42 at this point, but starting to gain ground on the 97. Now they're going to be a little bit side by side, heading into the corner. Lucas gets the short way around. It'll have to be momentum off of turn 4, as usually that's where the outside line really gets the advantage coming down the hill. Hoytsma sees he's going to move up, and he does. That's going to check up that outside lane.
Here comes the bottom lane. Jared Talmadge is there now. Hoytsma to that lane you prefer, though.
Yep. They're being well behaved early on. A little bit later on, we'll start to see them shoving every which way and going 3 wide, and hopefully no time soon, though.
They really are behaving themselves for now. Those first 5 rows are all pretty tight, though. As Lucas Hoytsma going to inch ahead of the inside lane once again. Not quite clear. Not going to be clear by the time we get to turn number 3.
Go ahead and review our race analysis while we're talking about it. That fuel window, what did you say that was? About 23 to 26?
Fuel window is about 23 to 26. Probably go to the end of that window, 20.
How much fuel saving do you think is going on right now in this pack? Seems we have lost our co-host. Discord's being silly once again. Hopefully we're back now. Hayden, are you there?
Yes, you are back. As I was saying, fuel window 23 to 26 can probably go to the end of that, maybe 27 if you're really saving in the back of the pack, but ultimately, no matter how you slice it, it's going to be a two-stop race.
2 stops to look forward to in this one. I'm sure at some point we'll get some impatient people that'll probably trigger a caution, but so far I'm pretty impressed. What about you?
Yeah, we're 20% of the way to the stage, and I haven't really seen anything yet that makes me worried.
Starting to get single file back towards the back of the pack. I think maybe the first 18 or 20 double file, and then a lot of single file back there.
Yeah, really, these first, 10, 11 rows side by side for track position, and after that, everyone is just really content to ride. Props to all of them for understanding this is a long race, and we're just now getting to about an eighth of the way through it, so still, like I said, 2 pit
10%.
stops and a... Oh, 10 is... Oh, Blake
Yikes.
Giglio down on the apron. We're going to be 3.
Nope, they backed off.
They backed
off.
out of it.
Yeah.
Good move from the number 51 of Brad Wilson there.
Yeah, gave him the room to get back in. A little too early to be pushing that kind of issue. Late in the race, you won't see him lift. They'll keep him pinned down there and make him lift, but this early, they kind of know it's silly to wreck everybody. Just hang it out there and make laps. Try to get to the pit stops before you do anything crazy.
This is not what I normally expect out of the 81 machine at Trenton Sneed. Trent's usually stay back of the pack, kind of let things sort themselves out and save fuel. But Trent not saving any fuel up here, leaving the outside lane.
He's got that pedal to the floorboard, trying to get that 81 Trail Technology Chevrolet Camaro out front of that Sunny D Ford. Hasn't quite broken ahead yet, but I think they're going to get this momentum going.
Blake Giglio looking 3 wide. Blake Giglio through the middle with help of Brad Wilson.
We've decided lap 10 was the time to get a little crazy.
3 wide in that third row, 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Giglio, Wilson in the middle, Trenton Sneed on the outside. Now we're 3 wide for another row. Trenton unfortunately shuffled out. He's going to go to the back unless he can get down in right here. No,
it's like
cannot.
Shelley dropped underneath him. Trenton's getting hung out, and now he'll probably go to the back.
No, there we go. He's got a spot right there in front
Like
of Dalton
Hayes let him down.
Oh, but if you look here, oh, we got a car in the wall. I can't quite tell who that is.
I think it may have been Frisbee. Couldn't quite tell.
Trenton Sneed drops down in front of Cliff Mullins, who is in front of Andrew Beach. So those C2X cars now getting lined up nose to tail.
There goes the 16 machine down in front of his teammate Lucas Hoitzma. They get connected on the inside line. Now we got the 32, the 20, the 32, 34 lined up on the outside line. A couple of those Shenandoah Shine cars.
Give that lap to Brad Wilson, his first lap lead of the night.
Him and Harry Grindell really did extremely well together on the Super Speedway racing tracks last season, so no surprise to see the 51 up towards the front once again. A little bit of a different crowd out there with them, but same result for that 51, very potent on Super Speedways.
Now here comes the 20 with momentum off the top. He's going to look for the race lead.
And this is why I say stay up there. Wyatt Gray trying to take the lead away from Brad Wilson. Ford on the inside lane, Toyota leading the outside line. Both getting pushed by a couple of Chevys. Now we're down to about 8 cars on that outside lane. Everybody else running the bottom. I have a feeling some of these guys are quite content to not be leading. Maybe the 97-42, probably pretty happy where they are, save some fuel. See Talon Smith, he's one of those super speedway merchants currently running 10th in that bright pink machine. You know he can get to the front just about any time he wants to. So he's most likely on that save fuel strategy right now.
Everyone from that top lane gets clear and jumps down to the bottom, and I don't quite understand it, because every time you drop to the bottom, the new leader gets passed on the top.
Like I said, some people just leading that lap and then trying to save fuel once they get the point for the lap lead. They do get a bonus point for that.
I know that Giglio and Lucas Hoyts were with Talmadge and the 50 of, I forget his name. Why is it eluding me?
Talon.
Talon Smith, thank you. They're not going to be content to be that far back in the bottom lane for long. Look for one of them to maybe start making a move, but
Outside's
I think
really
they're
not
just
got it this time. Once Wolfenbarger took the lead of that outside line, they kind of fell back a bit.
the right pushers will make that outside line quite overpowered, but if you don't got the right guys there, it's not really going to go anywhere. As the first four now clear.
Oh, wow. Several from the
We're
inside line
3
jumped up.
wide for the race lead.
I think Brad
Giglio
Wilson
with
tried to
teammate
go with
Hoytsma.
Wilson tried to go with Hoytsman and Giglio, and Wolfenbarger, his teammate, went with Wilson. So they're all four going to pass the 20 car of Wyatt Gray, and he just learned all about the teammates in SRL.
34 car dropping back, scraped the outside wall there. Giglio with momentum from Hoytsma there to the second row, looking to get to the outside of the 51 of Brad Wilson.
Dalton Hayes has rejoined that top 10 group. See the 00 Justin Sipes, that's actually the 34's teammate. Thought they were going to hook up, but Isaac Shelley's dropped outside the top 20 now. Looks like the lead pack is 25 cars deep all the way back to that white and teal machine of John Neckrich. And it's about a second and a half back to Cody Brown, 26th. He's got Travis Martin, Mark Dingwin, Ashton Tackwell, and Trevor Trago with him.
I think you see a lot of these guys just content to sit and save fuel, because really you need to go 26 and 2/3 laps to really make it on 2 stops. So you're really pushing your fuel window. Really want to get to lap 27 to try to make it on 2 stops. It's going to be close, and you're going to see guys at the back really save and suck up to try to make it to that 27 number. These guys leading, going to be really difficult for them to make it.
I think it's a fun talking point, but you know, there's a voice inside me that just says, we're not going green.
Oh no, we're totally not. There's no way in hell.
Like, it's good to talk about just in case we do, but I really don't think it's going to be an issue.
No, we're approaching 25% race distance here. And, somebody at some point is going to want track position.
Exactly. This is the calm before the storm. We're going to get the storm.
It's not if, but when.
We've been doing this long enough. We know.
We are no strangers to how Sidewinder Racing League's super speedway races go.
Like we got about, 7, 8 cars on the outside line now? 7? Colin Teague, the last of those. Carson Batol's made his way up there. Bechtel. I keep saying Batol because that's what it looks like. It's Bechtel. Did you know that?
I've heard you say it enough. I think I processed it, but...
Doesn't it look like Batol, but it's Bechtel?
It does. It really does.
It's like Ethan Evers, but it's Evers.
English man.
Words be weird. Brad Wilson out in front with the push of Garrett Wolfenbarger. Shenandoah Shine Boys shining once again down here in Daytona Beach. Then you have Blake Giglio with the push of his teammate Lucas Hoytsma on the outside line. The 4 car, Casey Graves. Welcome to SRL. He's been a contender in the CTC series for a while. He's made his way into the Arc Music Xfinity series out there. The good showing so far in that black and orange number 4.
Drivers in Racetrack currently talking about some floating object. Can't quite tell what.
Are you saying the drivers are seeing things?
I believe they're seeing things that are actually there.
Oh my. Isaac Shelley recovering from the brush with the wall, making his way back up to the 8th car on the outside line. There's that purple and white 34. And the teammates to the 00 is also on the outside line, so they're trying to get connected. Lucas has pushed Blake just ahead of Wilson heading into the corner.
Those 2 teammates at the bottom are working together quite well. That top lane can't quite get enough of a run to clear them. And even if they did, they're not going to drop to the bottom unless both of those 2 low drag cars get clear.
Those Shine Boys, they do a lot of super speedway racing. You see them a lot in Moon cars, so they're over here showing off the skills in the Xfinity series. We hit the quarter mark. You want to give a quick shout out to your Arc Music friends?
Yeah, I would like to give a big shout out to Arc Music for sponsoring this season's Xfinity Series League, taking over after longtime sponsor Fort Worth Screen Printing. Arc Music, DJ for weddings and events in the Midwest region, and proud to have them on board to sponsor arguably the biggest series in Sidewinder.
Look like we got a lead change. Blake Giglio able to drop down in front of the 51 of Brad Wilson. Those two are clear of traffic. Thought maybe Wilson would jump up to the outside since he was clear, but he decided to stick with his teammate Wolfenbarger and just ride the inside line. We do have pit stops coming up to think about, so getting to the inside is going to be important.
Yeah, Blake Giglio did exactly what I said he was not going to do, and left his teammate out there to dry.
Sure, Lucas understands, and he'll try to drop down in front of Blake if he can get a push up there. But it's time to start thinking about it with the pit stops looming.
That outside lane is dissipating quickly, and once it dissipates, it's only a matter of time before there's another 18 cars up there. They can all go somewhere. But yeah, pit stops coming up soon. It's that could be where our first caution comes. Guys trying to get to the bottom or pit from the second lane, and bad communication.
Gotta put those blinkers on and try to get that inside. It's like Hoisman thought about trying to squeeze between the 20 and the 42, didn't quite have the room. Now there's a bit of a gap there, see if he can take advantage.
Yeah, these front guys are going to be close.
There, he's trying to squeeze it in there. 42, Talmadge gives him the room.
Brad Wilson looking to the outside. His teammate did not go with them, so he's stuck up there all by himself.
Wilson probably regretting that move. Hope they don't forget to fill the blinker fluid. Good stuff. Nobody coming down on 22. Lane. I think they'll try to make 25 at least, but we'll see. Outside lane's got a few people back up there. Colton Hayes, 4 of Graves, 22. That is Grant Harrell. Haven't called his name. Of
time until these guys start peeling off the pit.
Got Downey's up there along with Talon Smith. Talon's been saving fuel a lot, so I don't think he's worried about being on that inside line. I think he plans to go a lap more than most people.
Like I said, you're really shooting for lap 27 here to be
kind of safe on the 2-stop strat.
Exactly. Not that it'll matter because there will be a caution in the middle of something to throw a huge wrench into it, but
if you can't tell, we're trying to jinx the caution.
still fun to theorize. It's
fun to pontificate. Pontificate's such a fun word.
Unfortunately, we have lost one vehicle in this race. That Kenny Frisbee has left the session, so not a great start to the season for the sponsor of our truck series.
See if the 91 is still out there. He has picked up the 19. They are well back behind the field. Then you have that Mike Edwards group. They did pick up Tyler Merritt and Damon Nagel. They've broken away from Corey Deal, Jake Lawrence. Will Asherbrenner's gone a lap down, as has Thomas Dill. Thomas is about to go 2 laps down, as he has been to the pit road, as has Will Asherbrenner. Here comes another one to the pit lane off the back end of this group. Couldn't tell who that was. It's like the John Neckrich car. The 26 hits the pit lane. So we are starting to get those pit stops.
Here we are, lap 25. This is when I think you'll see a large group of cars dive off into the pit lane.
25, 26, and possibly 27.
00 Justin Sipes says he's coming to the pit lane. 42 Jarrett Talmadge. 32 Garrett Wolfenbarger. Here they come this time. We're getting a lot of cars to pit lane.
Pit lane business picking up. Drivers trying to get to the bottom. You saw one car drop all the way to the tail of this group to get down. I believe that was Andrew Beach or Brianna Lavin. They're both back there together in those green machines.
16 of Blake Giglio will be coming to pit road this time.
Here comes a mess of
speeding penalties.
Watch for speeding. Watch for making it on there. Braking properly. Contact. Spinning. Someone's going in the grass. That's the 22. He's gone around the cone. That is a penalty on the 22. Grant
it's
Harrell.
Not a penalty if they stay on the race. They do not.
They did not. All the cars heading down the pit lane. Very busy place. Very sudden.
Hoytsma's going to have to
back up in a
Blake
box.
Giglio backs up. Hoytsma severely messes up his pit.
We got
Jarrett Talmadge, lots of drivers overshooting their pit box. It is an absolute clusterbuck.
The 22, I don't know what they did, if they stayed out or... It shows them hitting the pit lane, so I guess he's going to get a penalty either way. Talon Smith, Carson Bates still on the track. They're going to come this time by. Should see the rest of the pack, and it is everybody else in that lead pack. Dalton Hayes, Ian Montrose way out of shape. They get it
This is the
sorted
group
out.
I'd want to be with. This is the group where I feel has the better chance of making it on 2 stops. We got contact. Colin Teague.
Looking for Colin.
He
Someone
got
spun around in
into
the pit box.
somebody.
There goes Colin Teague back out on track. Colin's now shown as the race leader. Did not stop in his box, so I think he was trying to get to his pit box and missed it. Colin Teague did not stop in the box.
Then? I must have seen somebody else. Somebody went around on pit road.
Dalton Hayes beats Talon Smith off pit road. Scooby-Doo Machine leads that pink highlighter out there. We'll call him Highlighter 2. There goes the 44 of Corey Deal by. Currently running 33rd. 1 lap down. The cars rejoin the racetrack. Here comes the Shenandoah Shine guys behind. We got a bit of a mess. Everybody every which way back there. The Caduto car, that's number 2 Cody Cleaver. As we watch the field try to regroup.
It goes to 51 of Brad Wilson, who I presume will end up being the new race
Colin
leader.
Teague is out of gas in the highlighter car. He is coasting. Trying to make it back to the pit lane, but that is very costly as our leader technically runs out of gas. And Brad Wilson
contact Dalton Hayes through the grass on the front stretch.
And saves it. Outstanding job by Dalton not to make that any worse. I know we give him a lot of grief, but that was actually pretty phenomenal driving from Dalton Hayes right there.
All right, so now that things have cycled through 1 round of pit stops, Brad Wilson, still your race leader. Garrett Wolfenbarger, his teammate, right with him. 20, Wyatt Gray in that 3rd position. And then it's a ways back to 4th place, Talon Smith. Just over 1.2 seconds, so he's not in their draft.
Showing Brantley Bryant and Talon Smith working together 1.8 seconds behind Wyatt Gray and losing ground. They need to work.
Pit stops have severely spread out our field.
Now they're starting to gain in the second 2-car little group. Starting to gain on Wyatt Gray. So Brad Wilson, Garrett Wolfenbarger, Wyatt Gray, 51, 32, and 20. Those 3 are the lead group. They have the lap car 68 of Jake Lawrence, 44 Corey Deal, and 86 David Nagel, all 1 lap down attached to this pack.
Whoa, Dave Hoytsma had a hell of a save. If you back it up and watch that.
Have to put it on the highlight reel in Discord later.
That was a hell of a save for Dave Hoytsma.
Checking on Trenton Sneed. He's made his way up to 6th spot. He's working with the 37 Cliff Mullins, 1 of Ian Montrose, C2X, running 6th, 7th, and 8th right now. Dalton Hayes, with his little grass excursion, did lose the draft, so he's kind of by himself, waiting for Blake Giglio, Lucas Weitzman, Casey Graves, Quinn Newton, Justin Sipes, Brianna Lavin, and Garrett Talmadge to catch up all the way back to 16th. That large pack will be catching Dalton Hayes here shortly and trying to run down the guys up ahead of him. Check in for any penalties here. See if anybody had long stops. John Neckrich had a 2-minute stop. I don't know what happened to the 26 car, but things not going well in the 26 camp. Don't see anybody picking up the 40-second holds, so that's good. Back to the front. Talon Smith, Brantley Bryant trying to make their way up there.
I'm going to give credit where credit's due before credit's no longer warranted, but these drivers have made it 30 laps in the first race of the season with a full field at Daytona and through a green flag pit stop, and we are still under green.
You're so going to jinx it.
This is phenomenal.
So going to jinx it.
God
there it is. See? What did I say?
I told you I need to give the credit while it was still due.
No, you literally made this caution happen. Blame Hayden.
Oh, get those emotes in chat.
Cody Brown looks like he is taking a tow in the wheeling machine. Trying to see what happened here. Camera doesn't want to work with us. Maybe Hayden can help us out.
Let me take a look here. My camera's being all sorts of weird too.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like my sim has rendered what happened, but it was Cody Brown.
We'll have to ask Cody what happened because we can't even see how Hayden brought out the caution there.
All I see is the tail end where Cody Brown is sliding onto the apron and Travis Martin.
Well, everyone can pit here.
Stop and avoiding it.
Everyone can pit here and then make it a one-stop race, right?
Yeah. 50 to go and can make it 25 laps, it looked like comfortably. So
should be a busy pit road then, even though they just pit. Well, sure, we'll see a lot of gas and goes. Some people may not pit and just take advantage of the caution itself.
That's another thing. You could not pit and take the track position here. My sim is freaking out.
It's a lot of cars. It's hard to draw sometimes, so apologies for having so many cars on track that we couldn't see the replay there. We'll have to pull up Cody. There you go. Report from 17 camp. The ass just came around, so kind of lost it on his own out there. Thanks for the report from the 17 team. See, our split has quit working, so we'll get that recycled once again, and we should see pit lane open this time, shouldn't we?
I would think so. Quickie cautions here on the super speedway, so typically first official pace lap around.
Here they
Pit
come.
road opens, and indeed.
I'm sure we'll see the lap cars stay out. Try to take a wave around.
Get a wave around. Yep.
Here comes just about everybody. Tire top 10 for sure. And yep, one back. Everybody coming down. It's top 20. This camera shot went from great to terrible.
Give you that little bit of insurance. Make sure you can make it on one more stop.
And yes, lots of gas and goes here.
Plus, you know, do we really think this race is ending at lap 80?
No.
Exactly.
See, I was trying to jinx the caution by saying it's definitely coming out, and as soon as you say, wow, they've done a great job, it hasn't come out, you made it come out. You know that, right? That's how it works.
Look, we're going to call that a rookie mistake. We'll move on to next week.
Hayden making the caution come out. Get the blame Hayden emotes in chat, please, and thank you. Brad Wilson, race leader after the gas and go. We'll see if anyone actually did more than that, but all the way back to Wyatt Gray. He came in about third. He's coming out of the pits now 11th after taking on tires. 13.8 second stop for him. Jarrett Talmadge may have taken 2 tires. He had an 8.1. That's pretty long compared to everybody else. And 4 tires for Montrose 13th, Mullins 14th, Trenton Sneed 15th. Gas only Mark Dingman and Isaac Shelley. Then back to 4 tires for Gatlin Downey, Trevor Trago, Dalton Hayes, and Dave Hoisma.
With the 24 to 26 lap fuel window here, you're looking at pitting with about 21 laps to go, just to give yourself those extra laps for in case caution comes out, or give you that 5 extra laps for green white checker fuel. So
Darth asking how long can they go before fueling again. It's another 23 to 26 laps from here. Obviously the pace lap takes off about a half lap off that, so maybe 23 to 25 now.
Pace laps is worth roughly 1 green flag lap.
You missed what he said. It was 2 pace laps to 1 green flag. You kind of cut out right when you said it.
No, of course I did.
Yeah. All right, we got wave around cars, 4 of them. They're going to pass the pace car here. Trying to see which ones they are as they drive away. Looks like Damon Nagel, Grant Harrell, Colin Teague. Jake Lawrence, not one of them, nor is Asher Brenner. Cody Brown's back on track. He only lost 2 laps with that taking a tow, so that's actually pretty good. Normally you go about 3-4 laps down. He only took 2 to get that 17 repaired and back on track. 10-10's Wheeling Chevy. Yeah, quite a few drivers just got back on a lead lap after that pit cycle with the staying out strategy there, getting the wave around as they were between the pace car and the leader. It lets them get their lap back. 3 of them went from 1 lap down to lead lap, and 1 of them went from 2 to 1. All right. Kind of like a halfway reset, just about.
Yeah, pretty close.
But I don't think they're going to be as patient in the second half. I think we've reached the business about to pick up, because they do get halfway points. Those drivers that are running the full season are going to be interested in picking up the points there. Go ahead and switch over our display to show you 7 laps to go till those halfway points come out. Who's that in the grass? Someone's way down there in the grass. This Trenton Sneed. Trenton all the way down on the grass as we're getting ready for the restart. Pace car should be making that abrupt turn any moment now. There it goes. A couple of Shenandoah Shine cars leading the way to the green flag. Wilson, Wolfenbarger, along with Bryant. They're trying to time it out where they can drop down in front of their teammate on the inside line. See if they get that pulled off. They do. Nice teamwork there. Blake Giglio gets ahead of Talon Smith, and we're quickly single file up towards the front. Lucas Heusma says enough of that. He jumps out there with the 4. Casey Graves. Now Lucas jumps back in line. Blake's going to jump out there and try to get some momentum, but he's got 3 teammates lined up in front of him, so he's going to find that tough sledding. Talon Smith hangs down on the inside line. There we go. Blake Giglio has the help now of teammate Lucas Heusma on that top side. Beyond 11 and the Amp Energy Chevys made the way up there. Quinn Newton in the 5. He's had a rough night tonight, so it'd be nice to see him have a good finish here. We're coming down to the stage here in short order. They've split out the 32 of Wolfenbarger. He tried to be the leader of both lines so the team could have both lanes controlled. Giglio having none of it, jumps immediately to the outside. Now Wilson's going to go up and try to help the 32. That's actually going to slow down the 52. He gets the apron a little bit, the 52 does, of Brantley Bryant. Now he's going to slide up to the middle lane, and that's going to give Talon the inside line as he's seeing the C's open up right in front of him. Shenandoah Shine guys trying to slow down those CTC low drag machines up top. Now Bryant drops down. Controlled the inside line ahead of Talon Smith. 51 of Wilson makes good progress through the middle. Closing in on halfway, just about 4 laps until we give away points. Top 10 give points at halfway. Yeah, one car disappearing back there. I believe that's the 34 of Isaac Shelley. Having a bit of an issue trying to stay connected. Surging ahead is the 51 through the middle with the teammate push from the 32 of Garrett Wolfenbarger. Darth, I think you're going to be closer there. The 42 caution. They're going to push here to get points at halfway, even though it's not a lot of points. It does matter if you're trying to make it to the end of the season and get into those standings. So if you're on 11 through the middle with Ian Montrose. Montrose a little ways back, but trying to get up there and push the amp car. Montrose all kinds of out of shape in the middle. He is dancing all over the place. Looks like a dart without feathers. You see Quinn Newton and the 20 both give him a ton of room as he was scaring the crap out of him. Montrose out there looking like he has a 6-to-1 ratio going on. Hopefully we're back now.
We are indeed.
Discord being a pain.
Top lane with a huge run. Brianna Lavin.
Just charging up to the front.
What?
Just charged up to the front. Just in the middle there with Ian Montrose for a while, and Montrose was dancing all about. Next thing you know, Lavin's able to get up there in front of the CTC low drag cars, and now has the
she leads lap 38.
A heck of a push there from the 20 of Wyatt Gray and the 16 of Giglio.
Easily clear the bottom lane. Does she want to drop down? No. She's going to do the smart thing. Stay up in the top. Not much help. Going to try to get that side draft with the help.
Talon Smith down underneath the yellow line.
Problem is when you go down to side draft that car, you're getting yourself side drafted. So it's a risk versus reward thing there. But here we go. If the caution comes out now, this will set your stage results. Coming back to the start finish line, we're going to get the white flag for stage number 1.
Lavin leads that lap as well. This lap will pay out the halfway points.
They are stacked up 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 through 1 and 2 for the stage.
That's a lot of damn 2s. So we
Blake
see the
Giglio
52.
shoots the middle.
Yeah.
He's not content to sit there in 6th spot.
He was about to shuffle out Wyatt about a lap ago when Wyatt got up high, and this time just stuck the nose in there, took advantage of it. Lavin wisely was able to cover and come back for the stage win. And new this season, we do actually get playoff points for stage wins, so this is important for the playoffs as well.
I don't. It's going to be Lavin. Oh, Blake.
Nope, Blake's trying to split her out wide.
Middle.
Oh my gosh, now going to go to the outside. That's going to just hand it to the inside lane. Blake Giglio gives the stage win to Bradley Wilson. We don't get a caution. We will stay green.
It's a playoff point for the 51 car. That is important. And we didn't wreck for the stage. Congratulations, everybody.
Barely.
Y'all doing really good.
Don't say things like that. God, he's trying to make the caution.
They tried to.
Trying to make a caution come out. Gosh. Giglio did the best he could to try and get the 98 up out of the way, but Lavin was having none of it.
Once again, edging out to the race lead. Top lane looks just a little better form than that bottom lane. We'll see if they can do anything with it.
They only have about 6 cars pushing, but they're still making it work. Giglio once again right down on the inside line.
Blake does not want to be second in this lane. Blake wants to go to the front. And if that 98 machine leaves enough of a gap, Blake is going to put it in there. And
that sounds just awkward. Let's just
let's act like I didn't say that, and let's hope they don't wreck.
Let's move on from that one quickly.
One of those mouth moving faster than brain moments.
Happens a lot with you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Well, 31 cars all in this lead pack. That's actually really impressive.
This has been a hell of an opening race so far.
Putting on a show for us.
I'm going to say it. I'm not in this race, and it's great, so...
That's right. Do more of it.
All 15 Arc Music Xfinity Series races this season, I will not be running. I will be in the booth giving my analysis on some of these things. And Blake Giglio still looking for a way to the inside of that 98 machine.
It's very weird that he's not jumping to the outside, don't you think? Like, I think he learned his lesson last time when he tried it and nobody went with him and Lucas, and they ended up dropping back again.
Right, that's the thing. Lucas might go with them, but I don't think anybody else will. And that would just shuffle those two right to the back. And all that work they would have tried to do would be for nothing.
You're saying that people don't want to push them to the front because they're tired of seeing them win? And here comes Talon to the inside. He's heading to the pit lane.
That is very interesting.
Lap 43, 50 car peels off and hits pit lane. I don't understand this at all. Not in any kind of window.
Alan saying he despises this car and he's going to go run Moon Car Light. So 50 machine pulling off for other commitments. He will not win a super speedway race.
Sure is a shame he took someone else's place and then leaves the race halfway through. Real classy move there.
It is a little disappointing, but you race on.
Whoa! Brianna Laughing got way out of shape. Almost Cody Brown did it right into... Oh, Blake Giglio, he's going to go around.
They're wrecking. Hoytsma.
Big wreck coming off of turn number 4. Talon, the highlighter machine, Colin Teague, just drove right through somebody without hitting him. That was crazy looking. Blake Giglio up towards the front of the pack. We get our first big incident. This one will take a while to unpack. I'm going to stream this live to Hayden so he can see what we're reviewing in live time and not say random things.
Yeah, there's a couple of layers to this one, I believe. Nothing really anybody's fault specifically. Let's take a look at what we got going on here.
All right, cars are catching
mess
up to
apparently.
The pace car. Yeah. Trying to remember who started. It was right around Blake Giglio, I believe. And he was dropping down the order.
Blake Giglio and Brianna is where it all kind of started. Oh, we're wrecking. Cody Cleaver's wrecking under yellow.
Wow.
We'll get to that in a minute. But so it kind of starts going into turn number 3 here. Brianna is going to get out of shape, come down the racetrack, and for whatever reason, Blake kind of follows her down right here. And gets into Brad, and it just shoots the car, and they get loose. And
cars going through Blake.
How many cars just phased through Blake Giglio? That had been 4 or 5 cars.
That's what I saw. And was like, what is going on back there? I think he has a disconnect button or something. He just phased right through him.
1, 2, 3.
Crazy.
At least 3. We got a lot of. Everyone's coming to pit road here. Everybody to pit lane.
Oh, the 05 smacking in there hard.
We got to look at
26, 86, 79 all involved.
where did those guys get involved in?
So go back and watch a little farther back. Now those cars that took the wave around are looking like a genius. They're able to be on the same pit cycle as everybody else now.
Meanwhile, every car has come down pit road, by the way, every single one. And Gatlin Downey just gets it, couldn't quite, got it wound up a little quicker than the car behind him. Then you hate to see that.
Damon Nagel.
Let's see what happened to Cody Cleaver here under yellow. I don't know if he locked it up trying to not run into people, or I believe it was Cody Cleaver.
The orange Kabuto car?
Yes, indeed, that is Cody Cleaver.
Team in the grass, man.
All right, you need to go to the backstretch. Is where it happened.
I'm going to watch him go through the grass here first. He goes.
Cody, pit road's to your left there, buddy.
That is an unsafe pit entrance right there. That's a penalty if he doesn't
and
get
speeding,
it.
I think.
Oh, the 19
car. Oh, he
in.
got run into.
19.
Cody's slowing up like he should.
He gets Ashton Tackwelled right in the back bumper. Boom.
That's significant contact.
Quinn Newton can tell him how that goes. That's Ashton's third really ridiculous move tonight. Not been a good night for the Ashton Tackwell racing team. Alright, let's get a pit road summary. It's like 4 tires for quite a few people. A lot of people didn't expect it to be a little out of shape, but we saw the cars dancing around up there on that high line, so cars like Brianna Lavin on that 98 we saw get completely sideways, came down and took tires, along with Brantley Bryant, Brad Wilson, Garrett Wolfenbarger, all slapping on 4 tires. Quinn Newton, Justin Sipes, Lucas Hoytsma, Cliff Mullins, Dalton Hayes, Casey Graves, Ashton Tackwell, all 4 tire stops. So a lot of teams jumping on the opportunity to bolt on 4 new Goodyear Eagle racing tires.
Puts the number 14 machine of Michael Edwards on pole here for the restart.
He did a fuel-only stop in that 14.
What's outside will be the 91 of Trevor Trago, Carson Bechtel, and Ian Montrose with Tyler Merritt rounding out the top 5.
All those are fuel-only stops. May have been 2 tires on a couple of them. Ian Montrose, Tyler Merritt were both 9-second stops, a little bit longer than the 6-second fuel stop we're used to, so they could have bolted on 2. Half a lap away from going back green. And the field is all shaken up after that. Shenandoah Shine guys are back to 6th, 7th, and 8th. Got 11th, 9th, and Trenton Sneed down in the top 10. Corey Deal 11th, Quinn Newton 12th, Justin Sipes, Lucas Hoytsman, Cliff Mullins round out your top 15. Then Andrew Beach, Dalton Hayes, Casey Graves, Isaac Shelley, and Ashton Tackwell. Then Colin Teague, Cody Cleaver, David Nagel, Grant Harrell, Travis Martin, Jake Lawrence. All these cars still on the lead lap. Mark Dingman, Dave Hoytsman, Jarrett Talmadge, Blake Giglio, and Gatlin Downey. Wyatt Gray catching up to the field, 32nd. He's still in the lead lap. First car lap down, Thomas Dilg, then John Neckrich and Cody Brown. Cody Brown went from 2 laps down to 1 lap down thanks to those cautions, so good to see there. Well, Ashton Branner looks like he's retired from the event, along with Kenny Frisbee and Talon Smith. There goes the pace car. Somebody's dropping down to the inside line. I think some guys are out of line trying not to get a black flag. Late moves back there as we get set for the restart. Coming to start lap 48. This Arc Music Xfinity Series race live from Daytona Beach, Florida. Cannot make it to the end here. They would need a splash of fuel. There'll definitely be no tire stops. They have to hit under green. Got 32 laps to go. 33 really counting this one. And you can go about 25-ish laps, so they're about 8 laps short. Are we looking for 3 wide already here? And we do. The 32 cutting up through the middle. Garrett Wolfenbarger shuffles out Ian Montrose. Montrose then bounces off the wall. Now Wolfenbarger sizing up that wanted Goons Chevrolet Camaro, trying to find a way past. Wait for his teammates to connect with him. It's like Brianna Lavin's become a temporary Shenandoah Shine machine. Jumped into the draft with him. And it is only going to get more and more hairy from here as the laps wind down. People are going to realize their opportunities are disappearing. You have Trevor Trago on the inside line with Mike Edwards, Carson Bechtel, and the 38 of Tyler Merritt. Outside is now Wolfenbarger, the 51 of Wilson, the 98 of Lavin, and the 52 of Bryant. So a little blink there from the Camp Energy National Guard Chevy. Ian Montrose started up towards the front on this restart, falling back to 9th. Alongside Corey Deal back there.
Still side by side for the race lead. Outside with the momentum coming off of turn 4. Looks like Wolfenbarger's going to lead this lap. 31 laps to go.
Wolfenbarger picks up a point for the lap led. Of course, he had some earlier on. He's adding to the tally at this point of the laps led, trying to get the most laps led. That's another bonus. .30.5 laps to go from Daytona Beach, Florida. Decide the opening race of the Arc Music Xfinity Series. Large pack of cars still in contention. Everyone in the lead lap back to 32nd.
Still really anybody's race. If you're in it, you can still win it.
There goes Trevor Trago to the top to block the run of the Shenandoah Shine cars, but he actually is going to get split out to the 3rd lane.
Those teammates working together on the top were always going to shuffle him out with how high up the racetrack he went. And he is just going to fall like a rock.
Well, Lavin briefly went up there. Looked like they were trying to offer some help, but cut right back down in the line.
Brantley Bryant tried to shove it in there 3 wide. It did not quite work. Wisely backed out of it.
Love the shot of the field working their way down the backstretch. Just so cool to see the cars dicing side to side. You look at it from certain angles, it doesn't look like they're doing anything, but then you see that all happening and you realize the air is shoving these cars every which way, and it's actually kind of a handful.
These cars are a lot less stable than they look on the broadcast, and it is a miracle we've gone this long with what we've got.
I was going to say, don't say it. Just don't say it.
Outside lane once again with the advantage. We got 3 wide back in the pack. Dalton Hayes.
Split out wide outside of the one of Montrose. Scary place to be as Montrose is drifted up into the wall. And Dalton's drifting back quickly as a result of that wall contact. But as I was trying to say, it's a scary place to be outside of Montrose as we've seen him drifting up quite a bit. And Dalton Hayes found out the hard way, getting up into the outside wall.
Dalton Hayes has had a number of amazing saves in this session, practice and the race.
Careful, you say too many nice things, he might think we like him.
Hopefully his luck does not run out anytime soon. As Shrekman, Michael Edwards once again to the point. See if he can hold on and lead this lap. It looks like he will. Two by two by two by two by two by two until they go off of my screen.
Are they 2x2 though?
Ah, well, not Montrose.
Montrose is all by himself. Oh, here comes the 59 down below the yellow line. Guess he had enough of being up in there?
Yeah, he had enough of that. He's going to have trouble finding a way up here. This is going to get dicey.
Cut in behind the highlighter. I think he's all right. Little out of shape, but he's got it.
He's not fine yet.
Little out of shape, but he got it.
That is a harsh transition.
It really is.
From that apron. Daytona does not have that 2-stage apron like Talladega does. It is from flat to banking. Talladega's got a middle ground where it makes things like that a little easier, but Daytona, it is harsh, and you saw it get that machine out of shape.
Everyone back to Colin Teagues in this main pack, back in 16th. A bit of a gap back to Trevor Trago in 17th. Second group, I think, believes there's going to be another wreck, and they're just trying to behave. Top 16 up here racing hard. See a lot of cars dancing side to side, a little dangerous. We got a report from the Wanted Goons. Trevor was looking to stay clean and just led a lap and went back to the back.
Smart move there. Get your points and get to safety.
Karst was on the verge of blowing up due to the temperatures, so that's why we saw the 59 Toyota drop back. Needed to get air and get out of the train.
We have 134 degree track temp, but out the ambient temperature only 78 degrees, so relatively cool day here on May 15th.
Of course it is. Well, here's a fun factoid. We're getting into that fuel window for the final stop. Obviously, we just went green about 9 laps ago, but we are entering that window where any stop can make it to the end.
When we get to the line, we'll be 25 laps to go, and that is indeed inside that fuel window that you can make it. You can make it from here, and I almost wonder if you might see a group of guys get together and pit early, so that way they can cover for a caution and have track position later, but it would have to come from this front group, and they would have to execute it flawlessly to stay on the lead lap.
Come out in a pack, and yeah, they would be able to draft, stay on a lead lap, and could be a really good move. Could be a race-winning move if it happens to time out perfectly.
And for the low drag cars together, look for maybe them to make a move to pit road before too long. I know Lucas is one that loves to play some strategy options, and he's got teammates.
Another thing you have to consider is if you pit here, you can make it, but you also have to cover off any green-white checker thoughts. You do get 3 attempts at one of those, so you don't really want to cut it too close. Just on the off chance that they get those late cautions.
You'd want roughly 6 laps of cushion if you're expecting 3 green-white checkers. So that puts your pit window at about lap 62, and
about 6 laps away.
I think these guys should be able to make it to there if my last caution lap serves me correctly.
I'll only be at 17 on this tank, so yeah, plenty to get there.
Outside lane fading slightly, and as I say that, here they come.
Yeah, they weren't fully connected back. Well, now they're a little closer together, especially the top 2 on that outside lane, the 52 of Bryant, 98 of Lavin.
I've been watching the driver slowly make his way through the field, and he's won on super speedways before in the Xfinity series, and that's that 00 of Justin Sipes. If he gets out to the race lead, he absolutely could win this thing. He's done it before, and no reason to think he can't do it again.
I think it feels back into like behaving mode almost, even though there's...
Except you're going to see Quinn Newton and Lucas Hoytsma come to pit road this time, I believe is what I just heard.
Back and see if they peel off.
Indeed they do. Here they come.
Do.
2 low drag cars.
I'm sure they'll bring more if they can.
It is just those 2, and I think Quinn got it slowed down in time.
Blake and Dave are way behind the pack. That's why it's just them. Blake and Dave are 28th and 29th, 10 seconds behind the field. We'll see if they pit. They in fact
Fuel only for both of these low drag machines. And they can make it now. Now is the...
We're starting to get cars that can make it to the end without pitting.
Now is the danger zone. If there's a caution that comes out, Lucas and Quinn will cycle to the race lead.
As long as they stay on the lead lap. So far, so good for that strategy. Here comes Cody Brown to the pit lane.
Yep, you're going to see guys start to peel off. Quinn and Lucas are just now coming off of turn number 2 as the leaders just passed the entry to pit or exit to pit road, so they will absolutely stay on the lead lap.
Now it's all about
but
the lap time.
For how long?
They're still losing ground.
Going to take them a lap to get up to their speed, which just by nature of cars in their pack, they're going to be slower than this lead pack. So
laps are about 47.8 seconds right now, and the gap back to this group is 39. They don't have a wide margin of error, just 8 seconds, and it's still going the wrong direction for them.
They have probably 4 laps before they get lapped, if they don't get more help.
32 still leading Garrett Wolfenbarger. Has the push from Wilson just behind. The 98 of Brianna Lavin leading the outside lane. That Dale Jr. Amp Energy paint scheme. The 52 Brantley Bryant, the top four, three of them are Shenandoah Shine cars. Then you have Mike Edwards in that 14, 10/10 machine. Then a Wanted Goon, the 38 is Tyler Merritt, the 00. Justin Sipes used to be with Plant Sim, currently not a official team. There he goes, make it 3 wide. Taking Talmadge with him, which was part of that group. Ike Shelley back there, probably wishing he could catch up because he's also part of that group, but can't quite get up there and help out in that high lane just yet. And we're catching Cody Brown while we're 3 wide. Hopefully Cody sees that in his mirror.
Cody has been warned. They're asking him to go to the apron. We'll see what he does. And he is going to pull it to the apron and slam on the brakes.
Nice move there by the 17.
Classy move from Cody Brown there.
Chose not to be Kevin LePage.
Brianna all alone in that middle lane.
Yeah, the Shenandoah Shine 52 of Bryant dropped down to help out his teammates and leaves the 88, 98 out to dry. It's literally the 98, but it looks like an 88, so I call it all kinds of things. Whoa, the 26 is dead. Gets into the 68 as well, and that should be another caution. If we can get back and find them. They're still crashing. There's the caution. Finally came out.
And that is exactly
what Lucas needed.
What Lucas Hoytsma and Quinn Newton wanted.
That started with the 26 machine. Looked like it got out of shape all by itself. Something that would do if I was driving. Trying to catch it up in the group. There it is. Right behind Lavin, gets out of shape and up the hill into Jake Lawrence. Dalton Hayes, a great job avoiding that. Looks like everything was fine for a while. Not sure how I guess the wreck continued on ahead of them. Let's see how the 19 gets involved. Nope, can't see that. Doesn't want to show us.
We don't get to see.
Trenton Sneed, a good job avoiding the 19 as it spun around. Let's see if we can at least watch that. Yeah, we can watch Trenton. Let's back up a little more and get the drone out and see what unfolds here with Trenton. See one car blinking out there in front of Colin T. There goes the 26 up at the outside wall. Jake Lawrence gets a piece. Cliff and Trenton right there together. They have the spinning top of the 19. I still wow. I still don't understand how the 19 got like that.
I can't see it either. We're going to have to play some graphic settings.
It just appears. It appears spinning.
Now, I did hear in race chat they were talking about somebody blinking, so it must.
Yeah, it was the 19. I think just
must
appears.
have been the 19.
Yeah. There you go. Back under caution we go. Track position handed to Lucas Hoytsma. I'm sure they will stay out here and take over the track position. Everybody else coming to the pit lane that still needs to get that splash. You can make it from here. From here, it's just all about the strategy. And
should we talk to the driver in that 97 car? See what he was thinking with that pit strategy. This is exactly what he was looking for.
Ask him how far up his ass the Golden Horseshoe is.
I like it. Let's move him on up here. Lucas, this is Hayden and Swiss up in the booth. You got us?
Yep.
Well, you pit early. I'm guessing hoping for this exact caution. So I guess the question from Swiss was, how far up your ass is the Golden Horseshoe?
Oh, that was perfect. It got my dad and Blake the option to take their fast repair. It got us up into the lead, me and Quinn. So that caution was exactly what we needed. We did not pay anybody off to do that. Just want to let everybody know. And, well, we're looking pretty good here.
How angry do you think Cody Brown is at you right now?
He tried to go by me, so he found out just about 20 seconds ago that he wasn't going to wave, so he's probably pretty upset with me now.
How little do you care?
I got a chance at the win, so sorry, Cody.
Well, since you're here, what are we looking forward to tomorrow?
I don't think we can top the racing we've seen so far. I mean, it hasn't been crazy passes, but what is it? That's the third caution. 64
Don't jinx
laps.
it. Don't jinx it.
That's pretty good. I mean, we've already had good racing up to this point. It'd be hard to ruin it, but I've seen worse.
Don't jinx it.
I would like to apologize for the first yellow. That was entirely my fault.
Yep. Right on cue.
I'm hoping for 10 more yellows right after every restart.
Oh gosh.
How much extra fuel is in that Ford Mustang?
Enough.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do you have the Joey Logano fuel set up in there?
Oh yeah, we got the fuel neck, ran around the car about 5 times, so
Perfect.
we're good.
All right, what are you gonna have to do?
Folks.
What are you gonna have to do to hold on for this win?
Well, me and Quinn got to work together well. I don't know if controlling the lanes would be better or staying on the top. It's really hard to tell what this package wants us to do, so it's gonna be a toss-up.
And four, well, good luck, and we'll see if we're not talking to you after the race.
You heard
Thanks,
it here
man. See ya.
first. You heard it here first, folks. The 97 is cheating, and move him down without a chance to give a rebuttal. So 97 with extra fuel line in that race car is your stream is bugging out.
Yeah, what's happening right now?
That's what mine was doing earlier.
How'd you fix it?
I left to rejoin this session.
Well, I don't know how to fix that. It is angry right now.
Yeah, I couldn't get it to stop.
It would stop for a moment and then it started again, then it stopped again, then it started again.
Are you able to watch a Discord stream and then like leave and rejoin? That might be our best option here.
Try that maybe.
No, now mine's doing it.
Okay, so it might be iRacing having a bit of an issue.
Stop sharing your screen.
Stop sharing my screen.
See if that fixes it.
It has helped.
You know what?
It's
Progress.
Discord. It's Discord doing it.
Thanks, Discord.
Interesting.
All right. Well, we've learned Discord hates lots of race cars.
Update from the goons. We are now driving the snot out of it, according to Team Captain Carson Bechtel.
I'm sure that can only have positive impacts.
Can only mean good things.
It can only mean good things.
What could go wrong? Pace car's about to head off.
Nothing.
We got 15 laps to settle this race from Daytona Beach, Florida. Pit stops are all done.
Hoytsma, Newton, Edwards, Lavin, Hayes, your top 5. Hoytsma immediately jumping up in front of Quinn Newton. He's got a huge lead, but there is absolutely no formation. It is all chaos behind them.
Edwards with no help right now.
Ooh, some interesting contact coming there from the top lane. And here they come. They're all going to accordion together, and the race is going to be on out of turn 2.
This is where that top lane really prevails, coming out of 2.
Look how many cars are in that top lane versus the bottom.
The bottom just disappeared. 38 decided to go down there and pick up some spots.
Going to pick up a lot of spots.
For a moment, and then the top lanes want to drive away again. It's kind of like a sucker hole. You know the outside line's going to advance. If you can find your way up, force your way to the top, once you get pulled up, that would work, but I don't see that being an opportunity. The outside line is very tight.
Inside lane is all over the place at the moment, and now here we go. Now all the lanes are starting to even out. Wolfenberger to the middle of 3, halfway back through this pack. He's going to do it again, splitting Talmadge. Sipes tries to block it.
I'm getting scared.
Wolfenberger is going to the front, and he's going to the front now.
Oh
boy,
four wide.
We're four wide at Daytona.
This is
We're
not
still
good.
straight. We're still straight. Oh,
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're dead.
Driving around. Oh boy.
There is our 4th caution, as everything's freaking out again, and it settles down once again.
Lavin blaming Quinn Newton here, and I'm not quite sure I agree with that one.
Trying to find said machine, jump on the drones and see what we can see. Not much, because it's blinking all to hell. There's the 4 wide, which is not bright. Daytona is very narrow. As you see, cars on the inside shove the cars up on the outside, and then all hell breaks loose. And yeah, strobe party. It's not giving anyone a seizure.
Yeah, it kind of starts with Wolfenberger Doran Newton up the track, and it's kind of on for there. Sipes into the wall, comes down in front of Lavin, and sends Lavin down the racetrack, and that's all she wrote.
Update from the field. We are all driving the side out of it. Well, that wiped out a few good cars.
Report from the 1. Ian Montrose with a meatball.
Montrose picks up a meatball back in 27th.
And this is where it all begins, isn't it?
This is where all of those cautions... Oh my gosh, the 34 is dog walking down the track. Not how that car is supposed to look at all.
Just got that negative skew in it for qualifying. Didn't have time to put the race setup back in it.
It's like Ian does have the fast repair, so he's okay. Won't be knocked out just because of this. 12 laps to go. Lucas still leads. Mike Edwards, Dalton Hayes, Garrett Wolfenbarger, Bradley Bryant, your top 5. And Corey Deal, Quinn Newton, Tyler Merritt, Justin Sipes, and Brantley Bryant, your top 10. Trenton Sneed, always good on these super speedways, has one of them super speedway championships, sitting in 11th. Cody Cleaver is 12th. Jarrett Talmadge 13th. Cliff Mullins 14th. Carson Bechtel in 15th. Trevor Trago in 16th. Thomas Dilg 17th. So 3 teammates lined up there. Then Casey Graves in the 4. Andrew Beach, Wyatt Gray in the 20. And Colin Teague 21st. Dave Hoytsma 22nd. All these cars still in the lead lap. Jake Lawrence 23rd. Ian Montrose fast repair and back out there 24th. Isaac Shelley currently 25th. Mark Dingman making his way back around. Car looks to be in decent shape. Finds himself 27th, still in the lead lap. Blake Giglio, heard him just take that fast repair the last caution. Sits on the pit lane, so I think he's having to repair damage. Gatlin Downey in the 05 in a similar situation. You actually see a bunch of cars on the pit lane. Ashton Tackwell, Grant Harrell, Cody Brown's back out on track. Travis Martin, Brianna Lavin, John Neckrich, Talon Smith, Will Ashburn, and Kenny Frisbee all lined up on the pit lane. What do you say you pull Shrek up here?
Oh boy. Good old Mikey Edwards. Let's go down and find him. There he is. Hey Shrek, you got us?
Hi.
Hi. Well,
How's it going?
it's going well. You've had yourself a quite interesting race. Lots of things happening around you. You've led a few. You now find yourself lined up alongside that Lucas Hoytsma fellow. What's your plan to go here with about 10 laps once we get the restart? You got any friends up there to help you out?
I don't know yet. Went the first 38 laps, kind of just cruising because I started in the pits. That was unexpected. Now I'm up here. I don't know. I think I got friends up here, but it's Daytona, so we'll work teammates around here. You know how it goes.
Yep, 10-4. Well, good luck to you. And 10 lap shootout. See what you can do.
Thank you.
That was the 14 of Michael Edwards, a very seasoned Sidewinder Racing League veteran.
Been here
Been around
since
here since
the very
very
first
beginning.
race. Yeah. He even won in the series that led to this. ASMR ARCA series. Long time ago.
We got Swiss dropping Sidewinder lore here.
Yeah.
Currently 30 cars still on the lead lap as of last time around the start-finish line. Which means there's probably 25 that can still win it. Still absolutely anybody's race.
Blake make it back out on track? Yep.
He did indeed.
That is number 30 on the lead lap.
Alright, 10 laps to go. What do you think, Swiss? Is it going to be someone currently inside the top 6? Or looking for someone outside there?
Man, I seen that wreck where Jay Richter won when 27 of the 28 trucks on track wrecked. So it really could be anyone. We're not just saying that. Who do I want to jinx? Let's jinx
Quinn Newton
big tires.
squirrely. Terrible
Tires were
restart for
lifted
the
off
outside lane.
of it. But to finish the
Hoytsma
question,
and,
I'm
we're
going to
good
go
at this
ahead.
talking thing.
I'm going to go ahead and jinx Andrew Beach just because I can.
Fair enough. Dalton Hayes to the inside of Lucas Hoytsma. Ooh, we're squirrely pushing the pusher.
Oh no. I'm getting the blinkies again. I don't have anything to close.
Uh-oh. Hoytsma and Edwards lined up 1-2 on the top lane. Hayes and the 51 of Brad Wilson on the bottom lane. Top is way more organized than the bottom at the moment, and more cars. Quinn Newton, third car on the bottom. Garrett Wolfenbarger, third on the top. Hoytsma with the edge coming down the front straight away. 9 laps to go in your season opener.
Just letting you talk while I'm trying to figure out what's going on, but thanks for doing that.
Dalton Hayes, who's been quite the show the entire week, day, session.
3 wide farther back. Now we got some 3 wides towards the
Wolfenbarger,
front.
middle 3 wide.
Oh!
Kind of shoving Mike Edwards out of the way. He is losing friends quickly. Is the 32 machine with moves like that.
He's not here for friends. He's for.
He's
for a
going to do it to
trophy.
Lucas right here, too. He's going to try to do it to Lucas.
I think he knows if he drops to the bottom, it's not good. We got 4 Fords now lined up on the outside line. Didn't see that coming.
8 laps to go in your Arc Music Xfinity Series season opener. Hoytsma,
Lucas doing what I
Wolfenbarger,
like.
Wilson, Edwards.
He's doing what I like, keeping it up there. Don't bring it down. Edwards takes the bait. He's going to drop down to that inside line into the sucker hole. And there goes Quinn.
Around to the bottom of the racetrack. They're not in the racing line, so we're going to stay green.
And we're going to blink a lot.
Hoytsma gets turned. The leader. Right in front of the field. They all miss him somehow.
Yeesh.
What the hell? We were pushing the pusher.
That would broke it loose.
Yep. Michael Edwards took it right to the inside grass.
Thought Mike went to the sucker hole, but turned out to be a brilliant move. Oh yeah, there comes the push from Wilson, pushing Wolfenbarger through Hoytsma. Wolfenbarger then hits Mikey into the grass. Mikey, I don't think he lifts at all. As long as he doesn't hit anybody when he comes back up, Mikey should be able to take his spot back, depending on when the caution came out.
Lucas Hoytsma not happy over driver's chat. Wolfenbarger trying to explain that he was getting pushed, but not sure Lucas will really care. He's got every right to be mad. Maybe should be more mad at the 51 than the 32.
Edwards go for a ride down here.
That car caught some air.
But yeah, you're right. The one he should be mad at, it should be the 51 of Wilson. Adam, I have no idea, to be honest.
Oh, Hoytsma not
Oh.
happy with the 51. He is.
There you go.
He has figured out the proper car to be mad at, and he's mad.
There's the beef. We got beef for sure. Wilson, man, getting hit in the door by the 97, which is totally legal in Sidewinder. You can go and show your displeasure.
He didn't wreck him. He just rubbed him.
I think Lucas might call it a race there. How did you not die? I don't know how you didn't kill the inside wall. You got sent big time.
It takes a lot to get Lucas hot, but
We've seen it
certainly
before.
Lucas. we have seen it before. It takes a lot to get him there, but once he's there, he's there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's called me an asshole, rightfully called me an asshole before, so he can get hot. It's always deserved. That's the thing with Lucas. If he's mad at you, you know you fucked up.
Well, Cody, I've always had an issue with the drawing and having it not draw all the cars in, but this is different. I've never seen it blink on the cars that we're actually looking at. It's not done it, live. Like we have issues with drawing when we go do replays and we can't see certain things. That happens all the time. But this is live and we can't see some of the cars. It's blinking like crazy. So it's something with the PC. I don't know what. I'm not sure. See, there it goes. It's something on like the CPU, because I pulled up my task manager and now it's freezing and disconnecting completely. It says we're replaying. Now I'm sure Discord is disconnecting. There it goes.
I hear you.
Everything's being weird. So weird.
Is it an SRL season opener without some weird shit happening?
Not really.
Exactly. All right, well, we'll re-rack it and stack it. If we get the one to go here, it'll be a 4-lap sprint to the finish. Wolfenbarger, Edwards, Wilson, Hayes, and Merritt, your top 5. Sipes, Bryant, Snead, Cleaver, and Talmadge, the rest of your top 10. And we have indeed got one to green.
And we're back to blinking. It's the pace car and everything with it.
Blame Hayden. Blame Hayden.
My CPU is high, my power usage is high.
Daytona is a very graphic, intense track. Not sure why it's deciding the cars are the thing we shouldn't load, but
Yeah, like, get rid of the grass.
right? Grass, random infield poles, Lake Lloyd. Four laps to go when we get the green. Anyone can win it. A last lap wreck will bring everybody with a chance to win it. You just got to get through it. Oh boy. Blake Giglio was in an early incident, has not quite recovered since. We'll see if he can find a way to work his way back into a position to win here in the Arc Music Xfinity Series with Mr. Ghostman season opener.
Like everything I do, it blinks all the hell. I can't fix it. I have to deal with it.
Green flag is out. Those two teammates get a really good jump. They're going to clear Michael Edwards on the outside lane by a lot. You almost wonder if they're too far out there already. They're going to get a huge run on those two race machines.
Like almost tandem drafting setup, although Sipes is kind of by himself. He's right on the tandem of Edwards and Hayes.
Here comes that outside lane with the momentum. Edwards and Hayes, they've got a huge run. With Sipes behind them, Edwards is going to be clear by the time we go into turn number 3.
What a power move on the outside. Now Sipes gets to the left rear of Dalton Hayes. That got real squirrely for a moment. Thankfully thought better of
Absolutely
it.
kills the outside lane as Wolfenbarger back to the point off of turn number 4. 3 laps to go at Daytona.
This blinking is insane.
The bottom lane is super, super tight outside lane. Got more space between them. Wolfenbarger gonna clear the 14 of Michael Edwards, trying to get his teammate clear.
Oh, there they go.
Ricky! They're still straight. Nope, there
No,
they
they're
go.
not.
There they go. Cleaver
They're dead.
around. Sipes around. The first 5 have made it through.
20 got airborne. I can't quite see much going on back here, but
Brent Newton, Dave Hoytman, I can see have been involved.
like Cliff, mostly okay.
Yeah, turn your max cars down just a little bit. See if that fixes it in your graphic settings.
I mean, right now.
Right now.
Okay. We down to like 35?
You 30 for now?
30 it is. think he was drawing the cars on pit road that were out of the race, and that was fucking with it.
iRacing, man, makes so much sense, doesn't it?
So much sense. Seems a little smoother now. Got him down the on pit lane all busted up. Let's do a damage check while we're here. See who is in good shape. Wolfenbarger looks clean. Wilson, a little bit of right front damage. Mike Edwards looks fairly clean. We know he has that little right front bump. Tyler Merritt looking fairly clean. Dalton Hayes looks nice and clean. We've seen him make save after save and avoidance after avoidance in this race. Jared Talmadge looking pretty clean. Trenton Sneed looks okay, but it's hard to tell with this paint scheme. Does weird stuff. Andrew Beach, he looks pretty good. Cliff Mullins got a little right side damage. You see the cow pushed in. 19 Ashton Tackwell heavily damaged on the nose.
3 C2X cars right there with each other. Don't count them out.
Isaac
They will
Shelley
work together.
looks pretty clean in the 34. Mark Dingman looks good to go. Thomas Steele, nice and clean. Funny, Thomas is running one of my cars. That's good. Brianna Lavin, the Mountain Dew machine, looks clean. Blake Giglio, seen him getting repairs before. Now he looks back to normal. Carson Bechtel looks nice and clean. Quinn Newton just went for that ride a little while ago, but his car looks okay. Justin Sipes looks nice and clean. Colin Teague also looking clean. Corey Deal. Don't see anything wrong here. Trevor Trago. Looks like that car's all in one piece. Brantley Bryant in the 52 sits on the pit lane. Must be taking some damage repair in that 52. There's Casey Graves. Extended stop. You see the right front corner a little bent in on that Toyota. Daddy Dave, left side all torn up on the 79 car. Ian Montrose has some nose and left front fender damage on the 1. Damon Nagel, some heavy damage on the nose. Cody Brown, there he is. Got some left front damage for the 17. The 20 car's still connected, just sitting on the pit lane with no nose. Jake Lawrence getting repairs. 22 Grant Harrell with the badly damaged nose. 3 laps down, but back out there on track. And Travis Martin sitting on the pit lane. John Neckrich sits in the pit lane. Will Ashrenner has finally got that car repaired. 36 laps down, back out there. Talon Smith and Kenny Frisbee have disconnected. They're 37th and 38th. So now we know who has a car still to run. Lights are out on our pace car. We're getting set for the restart at the end of this lap, going to our first overtime.
Teammates on that front row, you gotta wonder how much are they gonna work together, or is it all bets off? That second row of Edwards and Merritt, they are gonna be hungry for wins and a playoff spot. Remember, you win this race, you're in the playoffs.
And you get playoff points.
3 playoff points on the line for winning the race.
See damage to the 51 car. I'm pretty sure Wolfenbarger's control cars, so if they work together, it'd be the 32 getting in front of the 51. See some right rear damage to that Tyler Merritt machine we couldn't see from that angle we had. 19 Ashton Tackwell in the top 10 with no nose on that car. Aerodynamics be damned.
That's going to significantly hinder that outside lane after that 4th row. That 4th row made up of 2 C2X cars, Trenton Sneed, Andrew Beach. Watch them. If they can get lined up. Trent is really good at avoiding incidents. Unfortunately, can't say the same for Andrew Beach, but if Andrew tucks in and just commits to the rear bumper of that 81 car, they're not out of this. Anyone in the top 10 can still win this race.
Cliff Mullins, another teammate right there with him, too.
Well, I guess Tackwell's in the top 10, but
Yep.
they wreck. You never know. So here we go. That Ford Mustang is going to make the hard left turn to pit road for green-white checker attempt number 1. Wolfenbarger and Wilson, your front row. Teammates. We get the green flag. And Wolfenbarger with a big jump. Still staying on the bottom. That's a big lead. Now up to block the top lane.
He knows the 51 won't turn left and leave him out there.
But here comes the 14 of Michael Edwards with a run on the bottom.
Dalton Hayes giving him a push.
He's going to get cleared. He's
Not
barely
quite.
cleared.
Almost
Here
had
comes
it cleared.
Talmadge looking to the top 3 wide. He's got help from Trenton Sneed.
The C2X boys have jumped to that top line to help Talmadge. Now Trenton ducks back down to the middle, leaves Talmadge out to dry. I think he wanted to be the lead car on that outside line, so he's trying to shuffle Talmadge back. Talmadge no help at the moment.
We got Car Squirrely coming to the trioval. Are we going to get the white flag under green?
Yes, we are.
White flag, 1 lap to go. Top 8 under a blanket. Edwards out front. Wolfenbarger on the top with help from teammate Brad Wilson.
Shenandoah Shine Boys up top. Gets turned by Netcode. Netcode takes out Brad Wilson. Gets into Trenton Sneed. Trenton goes up and onto his side. Several cars smacking the outside wall as Mike Edwards leads the pack. Dalton Hayes, a little bit of a blink. We're having some issues with connection here. Big field crash in the background. Maybe need the smoke to turn down a bit. That was causing some issues. But Mike Edwards leads. Wolfenbarger in the middle. Merritt looked to go to the third lane. Isaac Shelley
Dalton
comes
Hayes
in there.
cleared a second. He's got a run on Edwards. He's into the back.
He's
Dalton
spinning
Hayes around. That's
somewhere.
it. That's going to be it.
Mike
Edwards.
Edwards going to win at Daytona in the Arc Music Xfinity Series season opener. Mike Edwards and the Shrekmobile goes to victory lane. Garrett Wolfenbarger second. And where the hell did Blake come from to pick up third?
Blake Giglio out of absolutely nowhere to pick up a third place finishing position. We got 2 different last lap incidents. It looked like Wolfenbarger shoved Hayes through Michael and just turned Dalton around.
Mike Edwards is your winner. What a finish that was. Smokey, thank you for the follow. You did get it right. You picked Edwards as a win, and he has won. Congrats on that, Darth Gamer. Here is Mike Edwards coming to celebrate his win in that 14 Dark Horse Mustang. He is going to be fired up. Go ahead and pull him up.
Let's go down to 10 tenths and get Shrekman Michael Edwards, your race winner. I didn't move him. Hang on. I thought I moved him.
Whoops.
Oh, because he moved. Hang on. Where'd he go?
Moved himself.
Moved. He got moved in the block. Did I misclick? I might have misclicked.
Kept this
Your race winner, Michael Edwards.
Oh my gosh. He just got tackled by a whole gang of cars. Mikey with the win. Did you have any idea you were going to pull that off with all that, I don't know, stuff going on around you up there? There's a lot going on.
Hell no, not with them teammates up there. No chance.
Dalton Hayes looked like he stuck to you pretty good, and then unfortunately he got turned, but still were able to get to the checker flag before anyone else and take the win here in the season opener for the Arc Music Xfinity Series. How excited are you for that?
Yeah, that was unexpected. I guess I kind of got to commit to Xfinity now. It's one of the few that I don't have a championship in. I hope I didn't mess up Dalton there. I don't know what happened. I blocked a little bit, and then he turned. So, don't know. Yeah, that was fun. New team. That was quick to get a win.
Is it bad I know Neo painted your car?
He did some of it, but it was not the best, to say the least. One logo was straight, the other logo was nearly upside down, so I don't know what went on there, but yeah, shout out to Neo, I guess.
Oh yeah, he stole the carbon fiber idea from me. He's been doing it ever since.
Well, it looks sexy, so shout out to you for the carbon fiber.
Appreciate it. Congrats on the victory here at Daytona. You got the Real Friends family and sponsor shout-outs for us tonight?
Yep, everybody at Forward Screen Printing, Labor 12, Autism Awareness, you and Hayden for doing the broadcast, everybody at 10 Tenths, new team, trying to figure things out, great group of guys. Didn't think I'd be there because I was planning on going solo. Shout out to everybody who went the first 38 laps green, so that was kind of surprising, but no, that was fun.
Damn full. Well, congrats on the win. Get on out of here, enjoy it, and I guess we'll see you back here tomorrow for CTC.
And now let's pull down second place finisher Garrett Wolfenbarger. Garrett, this is Hayden and Swiss in the booth. You and your teammate controlled a lot of the race and just ultimately came up short there at the end. Kind of walk us through the last half of your night.
Yeah, man. I mean, me and Brad were up front that whole race. I thought both of us had really strong cars, and we were both pushing each other pretty well. Just got torn apart there. First, I want to apologize to Hoytsma there. That was not intentional. I didn't mean to hook him. It was just as soon as Bradley got to me, it just right reared him. So, apologize to him for that. But I thought we were gonna have a good shot there on the green one checkered, and bad net code spin, and then kind of just was out there left to dry by myself, and gotta, didn't think we were gonna get second with all those guys around us, but they wrecked and we got second, so we'll take it for the first race of the season. So I had a blast.
Congrats on
And
the
pretty good race.
Congrats on the strong beginning to your season here. 15 weeks to contest. Hopefully, we see you back here for all of them and see if you can't put together a championship season. You got the friends, family, and sponsor shoutouts for us?
Yeah. First, Shenandoah Shine. Those are my main guys out there always supporting me, so love to see them on the car. Teammates out here running, Brantley and Bradley, so always nice to have them pushing me. You for broadcasting this thing. Both of you guys did a great job, so that was awesome. And then, yeah, everyone for watching, and then all these guys for filling this field tonight. So had a big field and had a pretty good race. So hopefully we can do it again next week. Probably get a top 3 and be talking to you again.
10-4. We appreciate you coming out. Good luck to you in the next one. Congrats.
Yep. Thanks.
And third place finisher Blake Giglio is not in Discord anymore, so Mike Edwards, your race winner.
I was gonna say, do you have any of
last lap?
Do you have any of his teammates to pull out?
No, Low Drag entirely has, it looks like, left.
Dang, all of Low Drag pieced out. Lucas said he went to take a bath. Luke.
Hey, you know what? Fair enough. We could talk to fourth place finisher Isaac Shelley.
Sure.
Who has just left the Discord. I watched that name disappear.
Well, try the next one. Just keep going on the list till we get one.
Trevor. There, we have a Trevor.
Hell yeah, let's go interview Trevor.
Broadcast. Trevor, this is Hayden and Swiss up in the booth. You got us?
Yes, I do.
Well, you're next on the results that is still in Discord. So 5th place finish for you in the first race, the Arc Music Xfinity Series season with Mr. Ghostman. Kind of walk us through your night and how you ended up 5th.
Yeah, I mean, first part was just making the show. The whole team made it, so we're happy with that. And then with there being a fast repair, our goal was to kind of just ride around the majority. Those that wanted stage points went for it, but the main point was just trying to save that quick repair for the end, so in case the big one happens then, we still have that in our back pocket.
And we made up a lot of ground at the end. My understanding, you gained almost 20 spots to pick up a P5. How much fun did you have in the race tonight?
I actually really enjoyed it. It was a fun new league for me. I enjoyed racing with everyone, and yeah, I think we crossed the line 23rd coming to the white because I got an EOL on that last yellow, and then crossed the line 5th. So did not expect that, but I would gladly take it.
10-4. Congrats on a strong 5th place run. Nice start to the season. We'll see you back here next week.
All right, thank you.
Trevor Trago picking up the 5th spot in tonight's race. We gave him the 3rd interview since 3rd and 4th went to do their own things a little early and didn't quite get their interview in time. Well, Hayden, what do you think about your first booth experience? I know it's been an interesting one.
That was honestly, I couldn't have asked for a much better race for my regular season booth debut with you, Swiss.
There you go.
Good racing. We had kind of had everything, lots of leaders, and we had a popular race winner by the time it was all said and done with a dramatic last lap. So, great way to kick off Travis's Arc Music Xfinity Series season, and we'll be back next week at, I believe, Dover Motor Speedway.
That should be a good time. It's one of my favorite tracks, and I'll be sad that I'm not out there for that one.
Dover is one of the more underrated tracks on the service, and it is one I'll be disappointed that I won't be able to battle with Lucas and Blake, but such as it goes, and we'll go have a fun show next week.
All right, time to run through the final results. Mike Edwards picking up the win. Wolfenbarger and Giglio on the podium. Isaac Shelley and Trevor Trago finish out the top 5. Then Carson Bechtel, Dave Hoytsma, Gatlin Downey, Quinn Newton, and Brantley Bryant round out your top 10.
11th is Colin Teague. 12th, Ashton Tackwell. 13th, Lucas Hoitzma, after being in one of the late race wrecks, rallies back to a solid result. Cody Cleaver, 14th. Cliff Mullins, C2X, gets another top 15 finish. Dalton Hayes, after being up front and second out of turn 4 on the final lap, ends up 16th. Damon Nagel, 17th. Tyler Merritt, 18th. Corey Deal, 19th. And Brianna Lavin rounds out your top 20.
21st, we have Mark Dingman, 22nd. Justin Sipes. Thomas Dill finishes 23rd. Talmadge up front most of the race, winds up 24th. Casey Graves just popped in and gave us a follow, rounds out the top 25. Trenton Sneed all the way back in 26th. Rough night for Trent. Then Brad Wilson, 27th. Andrew Beach, 28th. Ian Montrose and Cody Brown rounding out your top 30.
31st, Wyatt Gray. 32nd, Jake Lawrence. 33rd, Grant Harrell. And now you're getting into guys that were in early incidents and were unable to finish. That would be 34th, Travis Martin. Unfortunate for him. Hate to see guys like that have a rough night. 35th, John Neckrich. 36th, William Ashebrainer. 37th, Talon Smith, who dropped out earlier to go run Moon Car Light. And Kenny Frisbee rounds out your field 70 laps down.
Well, that'll do it from Daytona Beach, Florida. Thank you all for being here tonight. Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Lucas Hoyce will have the broadcast for the CTC Cup Series. Hope you all can make it back for that. Thank you so very much for being here. For Hayden Lowell, this is DG Swiss up in the booth. Thank you so much from Daytona Beach, and we'll see you next time.